This is the pool heat pump HE150 from Gulfstream that I've had installed right next to my pool. And today I want to give you a quick review and share my honest experience, especially for anyone considering heating or cooling their pool water and looking for a reliable unit. Let me start out by talking a bit about the actual look of the product, since that's probably the first thing anyone notices. The HE150 is a pretty sleek unit. I'd say it looks modern, but not overly flashy. It just kind of blends in with the rest of your pool equipment and won't make your yard look like some kind of utility station. The cabinet is made out of a hard ABS plastic that's designed to resist rust and corrosion. It's a bit of a large box, about 31 by 31 by 46 inches, but that also means you get a big coil inside, which is actually what heats the water efficiently. It's got some weight to it and feels sturdy, so I could tell right away that it's built for durability. From my experience, the install process went smoothly, but I'd be honest, I paid for professional installation. I've read people do it themselves, but I didn't want to risk getting something wrong with the plumbing or electrical. The hardest part was actually getting the old heat pump out, because these things are always heavy. But swapping in the HE150 was straightforward. The installers finished in under an hour. If you're worried about having enough space, just check the dimensions first, since it's not exactly compact. One thing I was concerned about was tech. Sometimes with these pool systems, things get overly complicated, but with the pool heat pump HE150, I've actually found it pretty user-friendly. One of the key features I like is the LCD display on the unit. Basically, you get this digital readout, pretty big and clear, and you can see the temperature, error signals, and easily set the target temperature. It also has built-in diagnostic features, so if something goes wrong, it'll usually let you know what's up. I feel like even people who aren't super technical could figure this out, which is great if you just want to relax by the pool and not worry about programming. Another cool thing I want to mention is the remote control capabilities. The model I got came with the Compass Wi-Fi, so after downloading the app on my phone, I can monitor and control the heat pump from wherever I am, at work, in the house, or even away on vacation. I really appreciate being able to lock the controls too, since I have kids running around and don't want anyone fiddling with the settings and messing something up. There's a spa timer as well, so you can have it shut off automatically after you use the spa mode. It's those small but thoughtful touches that make the experience feel premium without being overcomplicated. As for how well it actually works, I can say that this heat pump delivers. The pool heat pump HE150 puts out about 136,000 BTUs, which basically means it can heat a pretty large pool. Mine's about 20,000 gallons, and it brings it up to temperature fast. BTU stands for British Thermal Unit, and in this context, it just means how much energy the unit is putting into the water every hour. If you have a smaller pool, you'll heat up even faster. The coefficient of performance, or COP, is rated at 5.8, which is a fancy way of saying it's really efficient. If you're not familiar, COP just compares how much heating you get for how much electricity you put in. 5.8 is a good number, so you end up saving on your energy bills. One of my worries was noise, because who wants to relax in the pool listening to a motor all afternoon? But honestly, this thing is quiet. The compressor is one of those scroll compressors, which I learned is just a newer design that cuts down on rattling and vibration. I have neighbors living pretty close, and nobody's ever mentioned hearing it, even at night. I measured the sound at about 56 decibels, which is quieter than normal conversation. From my experience, heating isn't the only thing this unit can do. If you get the right model, it can also cool your pool water. Living in Florida, that's a huge deal because sometimes the pool turns into bath water by July. I made the mistake of not getting the version with the chiller option, and honestly, I wish I had. If you live somewhere hot, I'd recommend this for you, so make sure to ask about that feature before you buy. Now let's talk about build quality, because that's something that can make or break a pool heat pump. The heat exchanger in the HE150 uses titanium, which is one of the most durable metals for this kind of application. Titanium doesn't rust or corrode from pool chemicals, so in theory, you should never have to replace that part. In fact, Gulfstream actually put a lifetime warranty on it. The rest of the system feels like it's put together with care. Nothing rattles, all the panels line up tight, and the overall construction feels like it's meant to last more than a few seasons. Speaking of maintenance, my only real maintenance so far is occasionally hosing off the outer coil to keep debris off the fins. The digital diagnostics on the LCD have been helpful. In fact, I had it throw a little warning once. turned out it was just a dirty filter causing low water flow, and it told me exactly what the problem was. So that's definitely helpful if, like me, you sometimes get overwhelmed with pool upkeep. To be real about the downsides, the upfront cost is a bit higher compared to some other heat pumps on the market. If you're just price shopping, you might look elsewhere, but in my opinion, you really do get what you pay for in terms of quality, durability, and efficiency. Also, as I mentioned earlier, it's a big piece of equipment. If you have a tiny equipment pad, do your measuring first. As for energy bills, I noticed my electricity usage did go up during the months I was running the heater a lot, but honestly, given the jump in comfort, I have no regrets. I did a bit of math, and with the efficiency rating it has, it uses a lot less power than my old gas heater. So over time I expect it to pay off, especially since I use my pool almost year-round now. Another thing that put my mind at ease is the fact that these units are built here in Florida, so getting spare parts or support feels a lot less stressful. For anyone out there who's run into maintenance nightmares on imported pool gear, you know what I mean. Plus, I checked the warranty info before I purchased, and they have solid coverage, not just for the titanium exchanger, but the rest of the pump too. In my opinion, the pool heat pump HE150 is perfect for families, anyone who uses their pool a lot, and especially pool owners living somewhere warm who want a combination of heating and cooling. I'd recommend this for you if you care about energy efficiency, want rock-solid reliability, and prefer something easy to use. In conclusion, I've had a really positive experience with the pool heat pump HE150. It performs as advertised, is simple to manage, and it actually improved how often I use the pool, just because I'm not worried about water temperature. If I could change anything, I'd have added the chiller option for those crazy hot months, but honestly, that's more on me for not planning ahead. If you're thinking about upgrading your pool setup and want something that's going to last, I'd say the HE150 is worth the investment. Check the comments of this video for a link to see the current pricing of the pool heat pump HE150. Thank you for watching.